Okay, okay, tutor memory. No problem.
Thank you. Welcome from Africa. Welcome from America, Mexico. I understand Uganda, Nigeria, Cameroon, all over the world. You are just welcome today, where we are going to work out Module 6. They say Advanced Comprehensive Educational Program, Increasing School Retention. We just completed working out Module 5 that just advised us a lot of things. And that was the last module also in 2024. And this is 2025. Let me say once again, Happy New Year. As a matter of fact, let me also just welcome all the tutors that are today on the host, on the work. And again, I have to welcome each and every tutor that is on the other side to assist. The rules of the game remain the same, that as we are starting this module, we open it to public that everyone will have to contribute and attend and participate in every step we go. As we do that, we'll also expect at least a hand up. If you may raise up your hand, you're just welcome, and then your hand will be considered to contribute. If you cannot do it in the Zoom, then you can just do it directly on the screen. Today is also a fine day for our place. The weather itself is rainy. It is raining here in Malawi today. I don't know the other sides of the world. Let's get into the module now. We say Advanced Comprehensive Educational Program, Increasing School Retention, Module 6. Next slide.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
I have problems.
Next slide.
Okay, I have a little problems with this compare. Why? Okay. Okay, this is. Will you see?
Right.
Thank you.
Enlarge it a little bit, please.
This is?
Yes, yes. I can be able to see now. We say presentation. I don't have the names of the tutors that have joined today, but I would be glad. I am quite glad to ask any tutor to read the presentation. Any tutor, please. Tutors on the group. Lupita, read it.
Okay, wait. The Marcelino Muñoz Foundation is a no-profit political or religious organization widely known in Mexico with international projection, which has expanded in America, Europe, Africa, through the development of educational programs of great value, which can be evaluated by institutions.
Thank you. Next.
Okay, I try because I have, okay.
Let me once again just introduce to you this young girl, a child, a baby. What does she display to us, those that we are today attending this class? What is she displaying to us? If we look at her fashion, the way she's looking at us, a smile, what does she express?
She's happy.
She's happy. Well, another one?
She has peace.
She has peace. Okay. Simply, this is attitude. So
Yeah.
attitude always goes with a smile. And I
Okay.
will ask all of us today to have a smile. And I need a great smile altogether. Please, let's smile. Okay, next slide, madam.
Yeah. Ah, wait, but ahí está.
Yes, that slide. Enlarge it, please. Peter,
Yes.
are you there?
But let me a
Okay.
minute because this is
You have, yeah, I want
my
that one down
computer.
one. Not,
Okay. Okay. Right.
yeah. Enlarge that one. Peter, can you give us initial motivational capsule?
This is no?
Yes.
Good.
Can I come in?
Yes,
Yep.
Peter.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. At the beginning of the class, the tutor enter the classroom or virtual classroom. Number one, greet your students by saying good, good. In this case, for
Okay.
Malawi, then I would say good evening.
Yes. Good evening, tutor.
The students answer good evening, yes. And the third one, then the teacher asks, how are you?
In peace,
In peace,
free,
free,
Very happy,
successful,
successful, and
and
fulfilled.
fulfilled.
full, and fulfilled.
Thank you very much. Next slide. Yeah, welcome. So the purpose of the teacher tutor diploma, the purpose of the teacher tutor diploma. I wanted hands there that I should be saying yes, do that, do that. We have to share this week. But I can't see some of us. Can someone read, please, the purpose of the teacher tutor diploma?
The fundamental purpose of the teacher tutor program by the year 2050 is to reduce the educational gap, and for 70 out of every 100 students who begin primary school to complete a professional career, and thus in this way
Network.
achieving the necessary quality of life in people in their most sublime purpose, living in peace, free, happy, successful, and fulfilled.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So the purpose of the teacher tutor diploma looks at the achievement or the target of the number by the target of the year 2050. It has to make sure that almost 70% out of 100%, they are becoming professionals, and that they are able, they have finished, they have achieved the necessary quality of life in them and in their most supreme purposes. Most of us, maybe we don't also understand our purposes, but we have a purpose simply to contribute to our living that will be in peace, free, happy, successful, and fulfilled. Next slide. Right. The section we come today, and the one just opened, is giving us the purposes of teacher tutor as guide, counselor, and at the same time guide counselor and advisor to the students. We have the 10 purposes. I don't know. But Pete, I think you can just read it as fast as possible. Just read it through. I don't see the names, please, 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 please. Can you do that?
All of them?
All of them. We save time.
All right. From number 1, that is?
Yes.
All right. Number 1, guide students in the course of their professional career. Number 2, advise students on the importance of attending classes. Number 3, advise them on the benefit of punctuality. Number 4, accompany them when they have failed subjects. Number 5, guide them about sales and being entrepreneurs. Number 6, motivate them to learn to speak in public. Number 7, guide them to make good decisions. Number 8, encourage them to develop social projects. Number 9, promote the practice of values. And the last one, number 10, promote physical, mental, and emotional health care.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Thank you. These are the 10 purposes of the teacher tutor diploma. Next slide, please. Okay. Today's work is going to look at motivate them to learn to speak in public. This topic is as simple as it is, but again, it may look challenging if we don't understand or we don't know who we are and what we are supposed to do and how we are supposed to approach our learners. How do we motivate ourselves? Let me just put out like that that question. How do we motivate ourselves to speak in public?
All right. Maybe the first thing is to work on presentability, because when you're engaging, yes, when you are engaging people, the very first thing for them is trust. So they cannot trust what you are talking to them when you are not looking good. So you need to present yourself so that whatever you'll be speaking, it has to match how you are looking.
All right. Others, how do we think?
Okay, thank you, sir. And
Please.
you also make sure that you choose the use of words. So in that motivation, you make sure that you think of people that you want to convey the message to. And after that, you sit down and choose the words that are relevant to the particular group of people who are waiting for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Do you have anyone in Nigeria today in this class?
Yeah.
Please, can I have your contribution, please?
Hello? Can you hear me well?
Your
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, what
exactly.
My name is Musa. Can you hear me?
Please, I hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Speak.
Hello?
Speak, please. Speak.
Can
I
you
hear you.
Me? I know they hear you. Wow, connection.
Speak, please. I hear you. All right. Do you have anyone from Cameroon in the class? Cameroon. Wow, wow, wow. I think the connection today has been really poor. But we continue with the class anyway. So two members have, two tutors or teachers have contributed that the first thing to do to motivate learners to be in class is about presentation, and the other one talked about the selection of words. Okay, let's just continue. We have the pictures there. We have the pictures on the just very first part of motivating them to learn to speak in public. How can we transmit or translate the informations on the pictures so that we are able to be active today in this class? Can we contribute there using those pictures that we are given? Do we have Camille on the line today? Mamlima, do we have Camille Mamlima today? Okay, can you continue? Continue.
Thank you, Tutor. It shows that a person is speaking to the audience, and it shows that he has faced the audience. So I can also see that he's trying to have some demonstrations, as you can look at his arms. So I have also taken another idea or another motivation too, that we can also involve demonstrations, and we should be confidence enough as we stand and speak or convey the message to the audience. Thank you, Tutor.
Thank you. Lupita, any idea there?
Well, in this moment, I'm nervous speaking public. Yeah.
Okay.
Every week in this module or every module, it for me sometimes complicated, but I enjoy this moment to speak with us. But I think it's important motivate them to learn and speak students, other person. No, it's important in their life. No, because make a way, open way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can you give me the second, another slide?
And now, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, my name is Musa. I would like to contribute again. It's a poor connection by last time. I can hear you. I can't hear you well. That's why. So where the topic that I want to contribute on it on the, I think, on the importance of attending class, or motivate the student to understand the importance of attending class. So this topic is very important, right? Because as a teacher, you have to teach your student the importance of attending class, right? Because if the student is not attending class always, so hello.
Today we are discussing on the topic of Today we are discussing on the point of encouraging learners to speak in public.
Hello.
We are on the topic encouraging students to speak in public. Is where you are supposed to comment today.
Okay, today. Yeah, speaking in public is very important. Why? Because you can find yourself somewhere else where you're supposed to talk in public. At the time you don't know how to speak or to talk in public, you can be ashamed sometimes. So that is what I'm going to say now.
Okay, all right. So we have a picture. We have a picture on the slide today. Say, public speaking. Say, fear of public speaking. Most of us, we are just born like that. Some are shaken because of nervousness. Some because of what we see in the audience. So they say public speaking. Eh? Oh, just thinking
Yeah.
about public speaking, often described as one of your biggest or and most common fears, can make your palms sweat. But there are many ways to cope with this anxiety and learn how to deliver a memorable speech, a speech that people shall never forget, and it shall be a good one. And what you are talking is just
Yeah.
going in line with this speech. Thank you, Musa. Thank you.
Okay. That's it.
Next tutor. Okay. The same. Everyone encounters situations where they need to influence and motivate people, whether encouraging a customer to choose your product or inspiring a team to achieve an objective. Influence and motivation are particularly important if you need to influence people who are not under your direct authority. This is one of also importance of public speaking. You need this. You need this skill. In that you have to encourage even those people that are not directly in your contact and they are not directly also in your control. You are supposed to be controlled. You are supposed to control those people that are outside your control. So you need this skill, really. You need this skill. Okay, you next slide, please. Okay, is this a video?
Yeah, follow your video, but I'm going to try in YouTube. Here I can't.
Okay.
Okay, let
All right.
me a minute, please. Okay. Could you see?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I'm so nervous. Gosh, these lights are so bright. Is this mic on? Is there even a mic? Opening a speech is so stressful. There's nothing worse than walking on stage and not knowing what to say. Or worse, saying something super awkward. Can you see my hands shaking? Imagine you naked, imagine you naked, imagine you naked, imagine you naked. Gotta see clearly. Hello, Chicago! Oh, we're in Houston. Hello, Houston. In this video, I'm going to give you the best and worst speech openers for your next presentation, pitch, speech, or toast. Let's start with the worst ways to open. I hear these speaking cardinal sins all the time. Please don't open your speech by never start with anything technical. Gosh, these lights are so bright. Is this mic on? Is there even a mic? Friends, do a tech check or show up a little early. If you call attention to something not working, that's all your audience will think about. Never mention your nervousness. Do I look as nervous as I feel? Wow, there are so many people here. So I should start by saying that I am not a great public speaker, so this should be short. Many people think it's vulnerable or honest to start with how nervous they are, but actually for your audience, it's distracting. Why? The moment you mention your nerves, you make your audience nervous, and they will begin looking for all the signs of your nervousness. It becomes a giant, nerve-wracking wave that you start from stage. Never give a half-hearted welcome. Thanks for having me. Well, it's so nice to be here. Thanks for that intro. Do not start with a boring nicety, or worse, saying something nice but not sounding like you mean it. I can't tell you how many times I have seen people get on stage and say, "I'm so happy to be here," but look so incredibly unhappy as they say it. Fake, fake, fake. The only exception to this is if you can turn it into a joke, like the amazing Ken Robinson. He opened his talk with a boring nicety, but then made it funny. Let's watch.
Good morning. How are you? It's been great, hasn't it? I've been blown away by the whole thing. In fact, I'm leaving.
Okay, now that we've talked about the worst ways to start a speech, let's talk about the best. Speech opener idea number 1, use stories. The absolute best way to start a presentation is with a story. There is nothing better to capture the imagination and attention of an audience. Let's watch how David Brooks hooks you in right at the start with his story.
So we all have bad seasons in life, and I had one in 2013. My marriage had just ended, and I was humiliated by that failed commitment.
Whew, hooks you in right away. He gets right to the heart of it. Stories help your audience feel right there with you. Here's some fill in the blanks you can use to start your next speech with a story. Once upon a time, I'm here for a reason, and it's an interesting story. The best thing that ever happened to me was... Speech opener idea number 2, your big idea. I love when speakers share their big idea right up front. They don't make you wait for it. They dive right in. Let's watch how Stacy Smith starts off her talk with her big idea framed in an interesting way.
Today, I want to tell you about a pressing social issue. Now, it's not nuclear arms, it's not immigration, and it's not malaria. I'm here to talk about movies.
Here's some fill in the blanks you can use to open your speech. You're here for a reason. It's the single most important thing I want to share with you today is, today I want to share a big idea. Speech opener number 3, a quirky one-liner. No one loves humor more than me, and I can promise you that your audience will as well. If you dare, try to open your speech with something intriguing, very intriguing. Humor or curiosity is a great way to start a speech on a high. And please get creative. Think of an interesting fact about you, your audience, or your topic that can lead you into your content. For example, when I gave my TED Talk in London, I opened with my quirky one-liner. Hello, my name is Vanessa, and I am a recovering awkward person. You can also use an interesting fact or even a question to the audience. Try some of these fill in the blanks. Did you know? Do you ever worry about? Have you ever wondered? For example, I do tons of corporate workshops and trainings, and here are some interesting factoids I start with that hook the audience in. Did you know that it takes less than a second to make a first impression? Did you know that your nonverbal communication is 12.5 times more powerful than your words? Did you know that we are lied to 200 times a day? Got you hooked, right? I would love to speak to your group anytime. Call me. Okay, you are ready for your next speech. Your next question might be, how do I end my speech? I have 20 top closing lines from history's greatest speakers. Go to scienceofpeople.com/closers to grab your free download. Do you have powerful presentation skills?
Okay, return to presentation.
Yeah. Okay, that was beautiful. Okay. As she is moving back the screen, let us look at the video itself. She has spoken just a lot of things. The video has taught us a lot of things. Who wants to comment on the video? Who wants to comment on the video? Anyone that wants to comment on the video?
Hello?
Yeah. Do you want to comment on the video, please?
Yes, I'm Uche Peter from Nigeria.
Yes,
Though I
welcome.
was a bit late because of the network glitches. I think the videos are quite learners, especially for language teachers like me.
Okay. Continue. Peter, which Peter? Are you there? Are you there, tutor? Which Peter?
Hello, can you still hear me? Sorry, I got off again.
You're welcome.
I was saying the openers are quite great, and deploying them to teaching in classes will really be of immense benefit to the learners, especially our young ones, considering their attention span. Using these openers in presentation will go a long way to really motivate learners and get their attention hooked in for whatever you want to teach. So I think it is a great video. Thank you.
Welcome. Another one that is having an idea or wants to contribute on the video analysis.
Well, speaking in public, it's not easy, but it has many benefits. Since it depends on how you can connect with people, no? Or motivation. As
Lupita?
Yep.
You have finished?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. All right. For the interest of time, also, as we are pushing forward, we have seen the two sides that the lady was trying to express to us, saying that talking before the audience or the multitude, the great group of people or a big group of people, usually becomes quite nervous. She just stressed that we have to split them into two. We have the bad side, and then we have also the good side. Amongst these good sides, we may not concentrate on the worst ways of introducing ourselves with a speech that is like expressing our nervousness. She said, talking issues of technical, say, do you hear me there? Am I heard there? Such things are not all right, okay? And that today I've been introduced to a very large group of people like this one. I was not, no. Say like welcoming people, like heartfelt issues or things when you are coming before the audience. That is not important. That is not important. But you have just to go straight to the point. And then she said the things that you can use to motivate the people, that is now the positive side. You have to use some stories, opening stories, short stories that you have to connect your speech with the people. People are easily attracted and be connected to your speech, and that speech becomes unforgettable. And then she talked also about just introducing or come in with the curtain raiser that will be explaining about the main idea. What is your main idea? If you produce in your main idea as quickly as possible, you are definitely given what positive reception and then they say you should also have the guiding topic. What is your guiding liner, guiding one liner that you bring in, and then that can carry all your informations there, and people will follow you under also the interesting topics that you produce. Okay, I think we have the next video as well, right?
This video I can share because I have problems with PowerPoint, but this is the next.
Okay, let me just see. They say influence. All right. Okay. Okay. So now we'll be looking at the 10 tips for public speaking. 10 tips for public speaking. Can you bring the 10 tips?
Yeah. Number 1, nervousness is normal. Practice and prepare. And 2, now your audience, your speech, it's about them, not you. 3, organize your material most effectively to attain your purpose. Continues, Tutor?
Yes.
4, what's your feedback and adapt to it. 5, let your personality come through. 6, use humor, tell story, and use effective language. 7, don't read unless you have to. Work from an outline. 8, use your voice and hands effectively. Omit nervous gesture. 9, grab attention at the beginning and close with a dynamic end. And 10, use audiovisual aids wisely.
Right. So these are the 10 points, that can assist us to present ourselves before the public. Firstly, I'll just take you back a little bit. Looking at speech presentation, this one is a skill that a person has and has to develop. Therefore, it needs a practice. It is achieved through practice and at the same time training. But after this, what are the things or the factors that you look into? That's what they're saying. Nervousness is normal. Understand that nervousness is normal. You get nervous, whether you want it or not. Whether you started sometime back presenting speeches, you will still more be at least felt with this nervousness. So you have to put it into practice and prepare. But you should also not end your speech because your heart has started running or whatsoever. You have some special controls that you have to put yourself. But again, another thing is that like you can start with small. Start with a small. Start with a small. Like to yourself, talk to yourself, talk to a partner, talk to 2 people, 3, 4, 5, then you get to a larger group. Know your audience. This is like levels of the people you are talking to. Are they my peers? Are they elder than me? Are they more educated than me? Are they? You have to know your audience, organize your material. Like you should have an introduction and then the board itself, the main body of the story, and finally you should have also the conclusion that is attractive. Watch your feedback or watch for feedback and adapt to it. Each time you speak, you find out people reacting, others are showing no interest, others are quite interested. All those things are supposed to be looked into with vivid. And then they say, let your personality come through. Everything that you have as a person, make it sure that it is connected to what you are talking as a speech. And then they say use humor. They say tell stories as well. I've already seen in the pictures, and use effective language. That is body language has to speak and everything. So don't read unless you have to. Work from an outline. Work from an outline. So they say use your voice and hands effectively. Omit nervousness gestures, like folding your fingers. You are breaking fingers before the public. No. No. Okay, so you have to be ready, ready that you are presenting yourself before the audience and that you want the people to understand what you are talking. Grab attention at the beginning and close with a dynamic end. Don't just end up simple, but have a connected point that will take even your audience not to leave your speech, and use what we call the audio visual aids wisely. Where you are supposed to use videos, use videos. Where you are not supposed to use videos, stop, don't use the videos. Okay, next slide. They say practice does not make perfect. Practice does not make perfect. We were used to say practice makes perfect. Practice does not make perfect. So they say good communication is never perfect, and nobody expects you to be perfect. However, putting in the requisite time to prepare with help, you deliver a better speech. You may not be able to shake your nervous entirely, but you can learn to minimize. Is it a video, Lupita?
No, video, no.
No, it's not a video. Okay, you're just welcome to it. All right, so let us this time around put more points on how to present our speech perfectly. For me, as I was doing some research and the like, I tried to add some other things like these ones. As I was looking at this speech as a talent, as a skill that a person produces in, I also discovered that starting small makes it big. Little by little makes it big and comes to be a big one. Then they say practicing regularly, like what they have said there, also tries as much as possible to minimize our weaknesses. On the point of organizing your thoughts, because you are working with learners and then there are children. They are not really matured, but they have got something in their mouth to give to people, to speak to people that are there. How are they going to present themselves? So there should be an introduction. Advise them that in the introduction, these are the items that are supposed to be found in the introduction. Like for when you are attending or you are presenting with some dignitaries or important people, you use like salutation. Start with the honorary person that is there, and then end up with the small positions and groups that are there, and then introduce yourself directly. And then we have the body language where you have the main points are just there, and then finally you have the conclusion that ends up in dynamic. And then there's the use of visual aids. These are can be in the form of slides, can be in the form of images, can also be in the form of videos, but you have to know them in detail. If you can't know them, you can't also use them. In my research, I also discovered that you have to know your audience. This one is quite important one for your speech to be quietly delivered well. When you have the children from the kindergarten, you select your words as that first teacher said. You select your words and the words that will be understood by the kindergarten, primary, as well as secondary, as well as college, as well as even the officials from either the government or big organizations. How do you present yourself there? This is general presentation. So you have to know the audience you are talking to, and at the same time, where are they most belonging? You there from communications team, you are coming with the language that is for the language teacher. You are a science teacher, you are coming with the humanity language. This will not help, but align with the audience that you understand. I know my audience is in this case, and I'll bring my subject that way. So you have to engage also with the audience itself. How do you engage yourself with the audience? Make eye contact. Even if most of us, we fail to make eye contact. We fail. We really fail. We cannot even manage. We cannot do. When we just look at someone's eye, we already become shy, and then we want to stop. Okay. In this case, you say use your body language also well. Where you want to use your hands, yes, use them perfectly. Your facial, use it perfectly. You are shaking, but just don't just be drama everywhere. You take out the mind of the people where you are teaching. You have also to vary your tone of voice. You have to adjust your voice, pull it towards what you're doing. If you are expressing something about happiness, the tone must also experience that happiness. And if you are trying to express about sad things, your tone must be in that line of sadness somehow, some sort. Then you are connecting very. You have to vary your tone of the voice, and that varying or deeply connect itself to the audiences themselves. So another thing that I just looked into it very special was about managing your nervousness. How do you manage your nervousness? Some of us, we use some water. We speak, we take water, we drink. We speak, we take water, we drink. But others are not used to that. They say you can do the following things. Take a deep breath before you start talking. So you get settled yourself, and everything gets settled, and then you start expressing yourself. You have to stay calm. Don't panic yourself. Don't put yourself at panic like, wait. No. Keep calm to yourself. And the moment you are given a chance to stand and speak, just stand with that calmness and start talking with that calmness until you finish. Don't engage yourself into busy that is not for you. Then focus on delivering your message effectively. You have to focus on the delivery of the message effectively. Whether someone is interrupting you, just continue, because there will be still some people that will not be in line with what you are talking, with what you are delivering. But the moment you take them, go along with you. The moment you manage your nervousness, exactly, people will love you. People will like what you're talking. As we seek this feedback, you need to ask some constructiveness. You know, some people bring some feedbacks to say, no, you not be a public speaker, you cannot speak in public, you cannot. You see, they just bring in deteriorative comments towards you. Don't take them take only the constructive ones. There will be still some people that will encourage you and even advise you the way forward, and the where you can improve, and the where you have to polish, and the where you have to maintain. They will still tell you. You can also get the feedback from your peers. Yeah, your peers mostly give you maybe the right things. Again, the instructors, more especially instructors, will be the good people to help you stand to speak in public. I also found it out that that storytelling is also quite important. Um, um, it's a good key opener, but you need not finish the story because it will also be time consuming. People who dwell on the story than what you want to produce, I mean, to deliver. So you have to start that story and put a break to the story itself as you continue from the other side. So the use of humor is also quite important, um, because humor um, is a connection to a person in the what you are talking. And when you connect them and use them to present your speech in public, people will love your speech. And sometimes what you can do before you go to present your speech, you can record yourself speaking and listen to yourself. The moment you are listening, you discover your weaknesses, you discover your strengths, you discover your facial gesture, How are you able to look at the audience? How are you able to communicate with the audience? How are you able to use your hands and the like? You can record a video or you can record just an audio. But again, you have to explore the topics. You have to explore the topics. This is another thing that you can do. Explore the topics. The moment you do that, they will assist you. So you have to know your audience and like, okay, can we have the last part of the module? I think we are going to the last part, right? Lupita. Okay. Now we have at the end of the class, the students repeat after the teacher, final motivational capsule. I think Lupita will be in a good stand to do that.
Okay. Repeat with me. I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
I believe in my intelligence.
I believe in my
I believe
intelligence.
in my intelligence.
I believe in my ability.
I
believe in my ability.
I believe in my purpose.
I believe in
my
purpose.
Finish primary, secondary, high school, my professional career, a master's degree, a doctorate.
Finish primary,
secondary, high school, my professional career, a master's degree, a doctorate.
I'm not working as a manager, work with my own company, have a social service, search for a Nobel Prize.
End up working
as a manager or with my own company, have a social service, search for a Nobel Prize.
Be at peace, free, happy, successful, and fulfilling.
Be at peace, free, happy,
successful, and fulfilled.
Dine done.
Dine done.
I know I can do it.
I know I can do it.
And finally, and I am proudly in my Mexico.
I am proudly a Malawian.
Proudly a Malawian.
Wow. Thank you, tutors, wherever we are today. Thank you for this brilliant class. The rule remain the same, that you are also going to make a summary of this recording. You write the summaries and send to the same email address, fedgeteacher69@gmail.com. And the recorded video will also come directly to you, and everything necessary as resources, as materials, will come to you for your continued studies. Thank you for your time today. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Tutor Memory. It was very good.
Thank you.
When are we to submit the summary?
Again?
When are we to submit the summary?
Okay, summaries are supposed to be submitted before the next week, the next Thursday, the next class, in short, the next class. So you are having the days like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not Thursday. Don't reach Thursday. But before the next class, you have to submit the summaries.
Okay, thank you, and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tutor. See you soon the next week.
Thank you.